Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this special presentation on glazing. My name is Dr. James Glass. I'm a real doctor of glass. ACMoore recognizes the importance of quality materials in framing and is proud to offer customers the very best, turning their treasured personal keepsakes into beautifully framed art they will cherish and enjoy for years to come. Glazing is a key component in framing, and I am excited to share with you some interesting facts and features around glass and acrylic. So, let's get started. What is glazing? Glazing describes the protective covering used in picture framing, which enhances the design and visual appearance of the art. It refers to either glass or acrylic. What is a lite of glass? A lite of glass is simply a piece of glass, regardless of size or thickness. Is there a recommended thickness for picture framing glass? Well, professional picture framers, like yourselves, use either 2mm or 2.5mm glass. Now that 2.5mm thickness is the preferred choice, as it's more resilient, which reduces chipping and makes it easier to handle. It also will not bow on large-sized pieces. Why do I need UV coating? Harmful indoor and outdoor UV light rays contribute to severe color loss, paper embrittlement, and deterioration of artwork. These effects are both cumulative and irreversible. The materials that make up the artwork, the paper or fabric on which the image is displayed, may become brittle. Photos may appear yellow or stained with ghostly silver deposits rising to the surface. And once damage from light has occurred, it can never be reversed. That's why it is important to understand what you can do to minimize this type of damage before it happens. Is all UV filtering glazing the same? Well, the industry standard, as outlined in the ISO 18902 and supported by the Image Permanence Institute, states that 97% UV protection is the minimum level of protection needed to be considered conservation-grade glazing. Well, guess what? TrueView conservation-grade glass products have 99% UV protection. That's some good glass. And this is a great read. You gotta get a copy of this. TrueView manufactures its conservation-grade glass by applying an inorganic, silica-based, UV-inhibiting coating to a substrate glass surface. This can be cut and handled just like regular glass. And the UV coating is baked into the glass, producing a permanently bonded coating. When should UV filtering glazing be used? UV filtering glazing should be used on most common framing jobs, since damage from UV light rays comes from both indoor and outdoor light sources. Conservation framing materials and techniques should be used on any art your customers want to protect, specifically sentimental, valuable, limited edition, and one-of-a-kind artwork. It's just a poster. Why would I need UV protection? Posters and open edition prints especially are candidates for UV filtering glazing because the inks, papers, and other materials used to create them are more likely to deteriorate than those used in higher-end reproductions. So if you love them, protect them. Can fluorescent light harm artwork? While fluorescent lighting can have a higher output of UV compared to incandescent lighting, the more important factor is the overall brightness of light. To minimize light damage, avoid placing artwork near sunlit windows or bright sources of light. The windows in my customer's home have UV coating. Should I still use UV blocking glazing? Yes. Unfortunately, the sun is not the only source of harmful UV light rays. All light sources, whether natural or artificial, have some of their components in the ultraviolet range. How can I tell which side of the conservation glass has the UV coating? The UV coating is always found on the side with the inkjet print. Water or glass cleaner will bead on the coated side. You can also apply a small light scratch on the edge, which will be hidden by the rabbet of the frame. The coating will scratch, but the glass will not. Remember to wear gloves while doing this to prevent cuts. Which side of Conservation Series glass should be placed toward the artwork? It is recommended that the UV-coated side of the glass face the artwork. Now, this side can be identified by the inkjet printing, which appears along the edge of the light. However, the UV blocking capabilities are in no way diminished by the placement of the light. When using conservation reflection control, the finished side should face out with the non-finished side facing the artwork. Now that you received an introduction to the basics of glazing and UV protection, let's discuss further the glazing options offered at ACMoore. There are 3 glass and 3 acrylic choices available to your customers. Weight, size, and breakage factors should be considered when choosing between glass and acrylic. Allow me to highlight the features and benefits of each in this next section. Conservation Clear Glass is a standard option, providing 99% UV protection against damage and fading over time. Its ultraviolet filtering comes from a proprietary coating that is baked onto the side of the glass that faces the artwork. With only 8% of light being reflected and more than 89% of light transmitted, it is recommended for any framing application if reflection-free viewing is not important. This glass is available in sizes up to 40 by 60 inches. Conservation reflection control is a non-glare option that is chemically etched to create a matte-like finish. While 8% of scattered light reduces unwanted glare, 89% of light is transmitted for adequate viewing. The frosted appearance, which is on the side that faces out, minimizes crisp lines and colors, so do not use in shadow boxes. To avoid significant resolution loss, conservation reflection control should not be used if the art is to be more than 1/8 of an inch from the glazing. Therefore, it is not recommended for use with more than 2 mattes or with deep fillets. While minimizing the amount of glare, conservation reflection control glass protects artwork against 99% of harmful UV light rays. This glazing is only available up to 36 inches by 48 inches. Museum glass is by far the best picture framing glass option available, and no other glass product compares. It provides 99% UV protection and is optically coated, allowing for amazing clarity that is nearly invisible and reflection-free. I replaced all the windows in my house with it. TrueView's proprietary anti-reflective coating process uses Magnetron sputtering technology, where controlled layers of highly energized metal oxides are deposited onto the glass and permanently bonds to the glass substrate. With less than 1% light reflection and over 97% light transmission, this virtually invisible glazing will enhance colors, brightness, fine details, and contrast levels of all types of artwork. So for those discerning customers who want the very best color representation to showcase their artwork, recommend museum glass. It is ideal for any framing application, including shadow boxes and multiple mattes. This next section focuses on acrylic, starting with Conservation Clear Acrylic. It is a non-yellowing, lightweight, and shatter-resistant glazing. It is comparable to Conservation Clear Glass, with an 8% light reflection, but has a higher light transmission of 92% and, of course, blocks 99% of the harmful UV light rays. This product is ideal for any framing application if reflection-free viewing is not important, but do not use on artwork created with pastels, textiles, or items such as diploma tassels. The static charge properties found in the acrylic pull like a magnet and will destroy the artwork. It won't be that dramatic, but the customer will be upset. Conservation Reflection Control Acrylic is a non-yellowing, lightweight, and shatter-resistant glazing that has the same non-glare feature as Conservation Reflection Control, with 8% light reflection, 92% light transmission, and the added benefit of 99% UV protection. Due to its matte-like finish, avoid using if the art is to be more than 1/8 of an inch from the glazing. It is not recommended for use with more than 2 mattes or with deep fillets. Optium Museum Acrylic provides the finest anti-static, anti-reflective, and 99% UV protection all in one. Just like museum glass, it has all the great features and benefits, but so much more. The amazing clarity for nearly invisible viewing is achieved using a patented TrueView technology. A Magnetron sputtered thin film, multi-layered anti-reflective coating is applied to both sides of a clear, hard-coated, abrasion-resistant acrylic substrate. They worked hard on this. The coating is engineered for demanding optical requirements, durability, and strength. With less than 2% light reflection and over 98% light transmission, you see why Optium Museum Acrylic is the optimal choice in glazing. It offers up to 20 times more protection than regular acrylic and resists minor scratches associated with frequent cleaning. Its anti-static protection exceeds glass and dissipates up to 2,000 times more static than regular acrylic, making it safe for sensitive artwork created with friable materials such as pastels and charcoals. Optium Museum Acrylic is lightweight, 50% lighter than glass, and shatter resistant, so it is perfect for oversized items and use in high traffic areas. So, when your customers want the ultimate protection in glazing for their valued piece of art, offer them nothing but the very best. Optium Museum Acrylic. In this last portion of the presentation, I'd like to point out a few housekeeping reminders. Beveled mirrors are only available in ready-made sizes. Styrene is a thin glazing that comes in some ready-made frames. It is full of flaws, yellows, and cracks easily, and should be used on inexpensive, short-term framing needs only. This is available only as a ready-made product in the store. Customer's glass is not recommended for use due to the breakage factor and for other reasons. Should an order require the use of the customer's glass, then you should notate this under memo. If possible, also notate the type of glass to be used. Should an order require no glass, you will need to remove the defaulted museum glass selection, leaving a blank glass selection. Spacers are used to provide an airspace between the artwork and the glass. They are available in 1/4 inch thickness and come in clear and black. They are necessary additions to responsible framing when no mat is used. However, the work being framed must be the same size as the frame, and dry mounting is a must. It is not considered good design to use a spacer with a mat, but sometimes it must be used when the fillet protrudes above the level of the mat. When properly installed, the spacers are hidden under the lip of the frame. TrueView glass products are now low lead, which means you will notice glass being clearer and less green than in recent years. Lastly, TrueView conservation grade acrylic has no outgassing. In your frame shop, glass and acrylic handling, cutting, and cleaning should be minimal, but when necessary, remember these key points. When working with glass, wear gloves to minimize injury and fingerprints. When cutting, the UV-coated side should face the wall cutter and only score the uncoated side. When cleaning, spray a small amount of ammonia-free cleaner onto a microfiber cloth or a clean, soft, lint-free cloth. Wipe in a circular motion to reduce streaking. For acrylic, wear gloves to remove masking, starting at one corner and pulling slowly and evenly toward the other side of the sheet without stopping. Place acrylic on a clean, dust-free area and use a multi-material cutter, scribe and break method. Optium Museum Acrylic cleans like glass, so use only an ammonia-free cleaner and a soft cloth. Do not use an acrylic cleaner. Use an acrylic cleaner only on Conservation Clear Acrylic and Conservation Reflection Control Acrylic. Now that you are familiar with the features and benefits of glazing, educating and presenting options to your customers should be easy. You play a very important role in the design process. Remember, 83% of consumers rely on the framer's recommendation. That's you. Thanks for watching. I'm a real doctor.